Shipwrecks. They're more than just sunken vessels. They're eerie reminders of lives lost and stories untold. At the bottom of the ocean, these ghostly wrecks sit, decaying over time, their dark remains hiding terrifying secrets. The fish that swim through them? Totally oblivious to the chilling history surrounding them, and in these forgotten underwater graves, all sorts of spine-chilling discoveries have been made, proof of the terror that once played out beneath the waves. Yeah, we know that sounds intense. But seriously, it's true, and today, we're going to take a look at 15 of the most terrifying things ever found inside shipwrecks. Let's start with number 1. The Antikythera mechanism. When a Greek merchant ship sank off the island of Antikythera in the 1st century BC, it took with it a device that would baffle historians for millennia, the Antikythera mechanism. Discovered in 1901, this complex, gear-driven artifact has been called the world's first analog computer, used by the ancient Greeks to predict astronomical positions and eclipses. Before its discovery, historians believed that advanced gear mechanisms like this didn't appear until medieval times. The mechanism consists of 30 interlocking bronze gears and sophisticated technology that demonstrates an astonishing understanding of mechanics. Scanned with X-rays, the mechanism's intricate design revealed an advanced knowledge of science that contradicted everything previously understood about ancient technology. Some still speculate about its use in navigation, while others imagine it as a tool for calculating the movements of celestial bodies. The Antikythera mechanism continues to astonish researchers, proving that ancient civilizations may have been far more advanced than we realize. Number 2. Human skeleton on the Antikythera shipwreck. In 1900, a mysterious shipwreck was discovered off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, which contained an unexpected and eerie find, a human skeleton. This ancient wreck, believed to date back to the 1st century BC, was a trading vessel carrying cargo such as pottery, sculptures, and even the famous Antikythera mechanism, the world's first analog computer. Amidst these valuable relics, the skeleton stood out as a chilling reminder of the ship's tragic demise. The discovery was further complicated by large boulders that had fallen on the site during an earthquake centuries earlier, making excavation difficult. The remains of this long-forgotten soul served as a haunting testament to the dangers of seafaring during ancient times, where treasure and tragedy were often bound together in a single voyage. The mystery surrounding the skeleton's identity only adds to the enigmatic allure of this ancient wreck, and the many questions still left unanswered beneath the Mediterranean waves. Number 3. The cursed warship with treasure. The 16th century warship, Mars, was one of the most feared vessels of the Swedish Navy, known for its strength and impressive weaponry. But in 1564, after a fierce naval battle, Mars sank off the coast of Sweden, taking its treasure and a terrifying legacy with it. For nearly 450 years, it lay hidden beneath the waves until it was rediscovered in the 21st century. Not only was the ship's treasure, including gold and silver, unearthed, but also an eerie sense of curse surrounded the wreck. Historians and archaeologists studying Mars have been stunned by its remarkably preserved state. The ship is considered one of the best preserved vessels of its kind in the world. While some argue that moving the wreck could lead to its rapid deterioration, scientists have used cutting-edge technology to create 3D models of the ship and even attempt to reconstruct the final moments of its ill-fated voyage. Its treasure, shrouded in myth, continues to captivate adventurers and historians alike. Number 4. Titanic musician's violin. Among the most poignant artifacts recovered from the Titanic wreck is a violin, once belonging to one of the ship's band members. The story of the musicians playing on as the ship sank is one of the most enduring images of the disaster. For over 2 hours, the band continued to play, likely in an effort to calm the frightened passengers amidst the chaos of the sinking. The violin, now recovered from the depths of the Atlantic, serves as a chilling reminder of those final moments. The musicians, who perished along with over 1,500 others, are remembered for their courage and devotion to their craft. This haunting find reminds us not only of the immense tragedy, but also of the bravery displayed in the face of overwhelming fear. The violin, preserved in the icy waters of the Atlantic, offers a small but powerful connection to the lives lost on that fateful night in 1912. Number 5. Tiny shoes from the Titanic. One of the most heartbreaking and mysterious finds from the Titanic wreck is a tiny pair of shoes discovered among the wreckage of the ship. These shoes, belonging to a young child, were found in the debris of the ill-fated ship that sank in 1912, claiming over 1,500 lives. The identity of the child remains unknown, but these shoes, preserved in the cold depths of the Atlantic, have become a symbol of the tragedy. The loss of so many innocent lives, especially children, continues to haunt us to this day. The discovery of these shoes adds a personal, emotional layer to the Titanic story, offering a glimpse into the lives lost on that night. They also serve as a chilling reminder of the cost of human error and the stark realities of a disaster that could have been avoided with more foresight. Number 6. 170-year-old beer. In 2010, divers discovered an incredible find at the site of a shipwreck off the coast of Finland, a collection of 170-year-old beer bottles. The ship, which sank in 1842, had been carrying beer, and surprisingly, the bottles were remarkably well preserved. The beer, sealed in its bottles for nearly 2 centuries, fascinated historians and beer enthusiasts alike. Belgian brewers took samples from the bottles and, using advanced technology, managed to reconstruct the beer's recipe. They identified the yeast, bacteria, and alcohol content, creating a brew that was strikingly similar to the original 19th century beer. This discovery sheds light on the preservation power of the ocean, and the idea that the beer was practically frozen in time offers a fascinating glimpse into the past. The 170-year-old beer serves as a unique and unexpected artifact from the shipwreck, combining history, science, and a touch of the bizarre. Number 7. Sunken World War II aircraft. In 2015, researchers made an incredible discovery 30 miles off the coast of San Francisco, a sunken aircraft carrier that had played a vital role during World War II. The USS Independence had participated in several key battles in the Pacific Theater before being scuttled and sunk during atomic tests in the 1950s. The wreck, found almost perfectly intact, contains relics from a significant moment in naval history. Divers found everything from aircraft to large pieces of the ship's structure, some of which had remained eerily preserved in the depths. The Independence was involved in major battles such as the raid on Marcus Island and the Battle of the Philippine Sea, and its rediscovery provides a haunting look at the war's lasting legacy. Today, the wreck remains a site of historical importance, offering insight into the intense operations of the U.S. Navy during World War II. Number 8. The shipwreck in the Gulf of Mexico. In 2016, a previously unknown shipwreck was discovered in the Gulf of Mexico, dating back to the 19th century. The wreck, believed to be a schooner or brig, had been lost to the sea for over 100 years. Researchers investigating the site found that the ship's hull was remarkably intact, but the rigging was missing, suggesting the vessel had been caught in a fire before sinking. The wreck showed signs of charring on the timbers and bent fasteners, leading experts to believe that a catastrophic fire had engulfed the ship. This eerie find offered little in terms of personal artifacts, making it all the more haunting. The discovery of the wreck raises questions about the ship's last moments and adds another layer to the Gulf's rich maritime history, which remains mostly hidden beneath its deep waters. Number 9. The SS Thistlegorm, Red Sea. The SS Thistlegorm was a British merchant navy ship that was sunk by German bombers during World War II. The wreck was lost for years until it was rediscovered by the famous oceanographer Jacques Cousteau in the 1950s. The ship was carrying valuable cargo, including trucks, armored cars, weapons, and ammunition for the Allied forces in Egypt. The Thistlegorm was one of the largest shipwrecks of its time, and when it was rediscovered, it revealed a stunning array of preserved military equipment. Artifacts from the wreck have been recovered, including motorcycles, the ship's bell, and personal items from the crew. The wreck is now a popular dive site, attracting explorers from around the world who wish to witness the haunting remnants of a ship that played a crucial role during the war. Number 10. The SS Andrea Doria, Atlantic Ocean. In 1956, the SS Andrea Doria collided with another ship in thick fog off the coast of Nantucket, Massachusetts, leading to the deaths of 52 passengers. The incident, known for being one of the first major radar-assisted sea collisions, resulted in the sinking of the Italian luxury liner, a tragedy that still resonates today. The Andrea Doria was dubbed the Queen of the Atlantic, known for its elegance and luxury. However, its final moments were marked by chaos and confusion. In 1956, radar technology, which had been relied upon for navigation, misinterpreted signals, leading to the fatal collision. The wreck was rediscovered in the late 20th century, and the ship's artifacts have been a subject of fascination for maritime archaeologists. The ship's legacy lives on not only in the wreck itself, but also in the ongoing study of radar technology and its role in preventing similar disasters. Number 12. The Spanish galleon San Jose. The San Jose, a 17th century Spanish galleon, was sunk in 1708 during a battle with the British Navy off the coast of Colombia. This heavily armed ship was carrying a vast treasure trove of gold, silver, and emeralds, worth billions of dollars in today's currency. For centuries, its location was lost to history. But in 2015, a team of treasure hunters located the wreck deep in the Caribbean Sea. The discovery was hailed as one of the most key finds in maritime archaeology, as it uncovered not only immense wealth, but also the history of Spain's imperial ambitions. The wreck remains protected by the Colombian government, with debates continuing over who has the rightful claim to the treasure. San Jose remains an elusive symbol of the golden age of piracy and the rich history of the Spanish Empire. Number 12. Medieval Shipwreck. In 2019, a medieval shipwreck was discovered off the coast of England, dating back to the 13th century. The ship, carrying valuable stone mortar bowls, Gothic gravestones, and raw marble, sank after a storm likely caused by the weight of its cargo. It was buried under a thick layer of sand, which preserved it remarkably well. The discovery of this wreck sheds light on the medieval trade routes and shipbuilding techniques. The ship's excellent preservation offers a rare opportunity to study a piece of maritime history that had been lost for centuries. The wreck, known as the Mortar Wreck, provides a fascinating glimpse into the past and has raised discussions about the need to protect such sites to preserve them for future generations. Number 13. The cannon from HMS Victory. The HMS Victory, a British warship, sank in the English Channel in 1744 after being caught in a violent storm. More than 1,000 sailors lost their lives when the ship, carrying a valuable cargo, went down. In 2008, the wreck was discovered, and by 2014, archaeologists began recovering relics, including a cannon from the ship's artillery. This cannon, along with other artifacts, provided new insights into 18th century naval warfare and the life of the crew aboard one of Britain's most famous warships. The wreck of the HMS Victory remains one of the most significant maritime discoveries, offering a haunting reminder of the dangers faced by sailors in the age of sail. Number 14. Letters from 1941. In 2021, a group of archivists uncovered a heartbreaking find, a love letter from 1941, written by a woman named Iris to an unknown serviceman. The letter was among 717 letters on board a cargo ship that was torpedoed by a German U-boat off the coast of Ireland in February of that year. The ship went down with 86 crew members aboard, and only one survived. The letters, many of which had been lost to the sea for decades, were recovered when the wreck was discovered in 2011. This poignant discovery offers a glimpse into the emotional lives of those caught up in World War II and serves as a reminder of the personal stories behind the tragedies of war. Number 15. Civil War Submarine. The H.L. Hunley was the first submarine in history to successfully sink an enemy ship during wartime. Commissioned by the Confederate States of America during the American Civil War, this hand-cranked submarine was designed to break the Union naval blockade of Confederate ports. It was a rudimentary vessel, about 40 feet long, crewed by 8 men who propelled it forward by turning a crankshaft. On February 17, 1864, the Hunley launched a daring attack on the USS Housatonic, a Union warship blockading Charleston's harbor. Using a spar torpedo, it detonated against the ship's hull, causing it to sink rapidly. However, the submarine's success was short-lived. After completing its mission, the Hunley mysteriously vanished. It wasn't until 1995 that its wreckage was discovered off Charleston's coast, largely intact, with the remains of its crew still aboard. The Hunley now rests in a specialized laboratory, where researchers continue to study and preserve this chilling piece of naval history. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more spine-chilling content like this. We'll see you in the next one.